putting that in that emotional piggy bank. I'm just doing it to help somebody else out. I'm not getting anything directly in return and just trying to pay it back some. We all have been on that in that situation where somebody is just taking, and you're just like, okay, I feel used. And so I keep that kind of feeling in mind especially when I'm going into a new situation of I don't want to be that person because that drives me absolutely crazy. Um, so being a part of masterminds and around other successful people and like-minded people is very important for a lot of reasons. One, um, helps keep us from feeling like we're on an island, helps us keep in touch with what the market's doing because the market is a little bit different in different parts of the country, but there's a lot of things that will flow together.
Masterminds, I think, are really important. I went into them struggling because I feel like some of the networking that you do still feels very transactional and very what's in it for me. Oh, I want to meet this person because they're going to propel my business or things like that. So I've had to look at it differently and really subscribe to the train of thought of when I go into a mastermind, how can I bring value to somebody else? Because if I'm bringing value to somebody else, they're going to bring value to me some way. It's going to happen. It's kind of like the emotional bank account you have with your spouse. Always put money in it because when you need to take money out, it will be there. So I try really hard to always put money into it. I'm an introvert, so it's a little bit harder sometimes. My value is quieter than a lot of people, but I will say some of my best friends in life right now have come from the masterminds. I feel like I have more friends from these groups that I travel with, I spend time with, I talk to than I do local, like I grew up with them. Just because you can collaborate, you understand where you're at better. There's just somebody to talk to. Being an entrepreneur is kind of like being on an island. So when you have these masterminds and have people you can talk to, you feel like you're not on an island as much, and it's just really nice. Or if you're having a down month or week, there's somebody there that gets it, can tell you what they did, or just pick you up, be there to listen, not judge. So it's
You know,
it's very important for me, but I try to keep it relational, not transactional, because it's really easy to get into the transactional.
yeah. And I try to focus on what kind of value I can bring people. I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit more humble than I should be or could be. I don't know. But a lot of times I feel like, gosh, what am I going to bring to these people? Like, what kind of value can I actually bring? I mean, they're doing just as much as we are or more or whatnot. And I was at an event, not a mastermind, but an event a few months ago and started chatting with somebody who's pretty well known in our industry. But just chatting with them, I mean, just trying to get to know them. And something came up in the discussion and a software thing that he wishes he had a way to do it. And I was like, oh, I can do that. That wouldn't be a big deal at all. And his eyes were just huge, like, seriously? I was like, yeah, not a big deal. How much would it cost? I'll do it for free. I mean, it's not a big deal. Um, and so putting that in that emotional piggy bank, I'm just doing it to help somebody else out. Um, I'm not getting anything directly in return and just trying to pay it back some.